People who prefer House are the philosophers, kings, explorers, inventors. Mr. House from the start immediately deprives the character of any sort of power fantasy they had for themselves. Mr. House carries with him a certain passive aggressiveness to him. Looking at you as an employee, the game almost demands you to look past his hubristic nature if you want any sort of guidance to getting the courier's much-needed revenge. Even the game punishes you for killing House, giving you negative karma. While the game's karma system isn't as in-depth as Fallout 3, you still feel as if you've done something wrong. Mr. House offers a middle ground between the two extremes of the NCR and the Legion, but in order to achieve it, you have to go through a simulation of being a pre-war wagey. Mr. House is without a doubt one of the only good choices.
You're dead. Maybe you should start the game over with a different character. Your point allocation sucks.
Okay, this faction is based because it's the only one that lets you throw an NCR general off Hoover Dam for literally no reason at all besides an ego trip. Regardless, in reality, if you seriously believe in independent Vegas from a literal standpoint and not a role-playing one, you're not going to convince me that you think you could manage a bunch of cannibals, thieves, and mobsters. You might have a robot army at your disposal, but you bleed the same as all men do. After all, this was Benny's plan, and he isn't exactly a sharp-witted individual. People who like independent Vegas the best have the best role-playing builds of all time. Screw everyone, after all. They're just in the courier's way. People who like this faction are also impossible to try to debate because they are literally centrists.
The faction where people think they are not ruled by satanic overlords. Those who believe the government only has the best interest of the people in mind. Those who will start their argument with, they're bad, but they're not as bad as this faction or that faction, as if they've made some great revelation. The NCR was written in such a way that most people might not get to see the leaking cracks of the NCR's empire. Either that, or they just really like Boone and sniping. Probably because it's so broke and overpowered in New Vegas.
Hang on. I need to reconstruct my ballsack with a welder. Give me a second. So, fans of the Enclave are and they are definitely extremely...
Oh, it's bad for women!
The most diverse fans of any in-game faction due to the various Brotherhood chapters being very contradictory to one another. Being the most marketable part of Fallout, many fans of the Brotherhood are probably extremely ignorant, screaming out, "Ad Victoriam!" and talking about some bullshit about synths. Fans of the Mojave Brotherhood are untrusting, paranoid, suspicious, that or they just wanted power armor training.
Fans of the Legion are the Tyler Durdens, primal, masculine, isolation, violence, mental illness, a clear extreme to a foggy extreme. The Legion lets you know they are immoral, while their counterpart hides it a veiled camouflage. You know your actions are evil when you help the Legion, but you see it as vital for the Mojave. Legion fans are the definition of the counterculture, or they're just playing devil's advocate, just to piss off a Redditor.